What advice would you give to someone whose sister desperately needs to touch grass? My grandmother's sapphire ring was supposed to go to the first granddaughter to get engaged. She made that promise right before she died. I'd been dating Caden for 7 years. He proposed on our anniversary with that beautiful blue ring. Everything felt perfect. Then we had our engagement dinner. My sister Molly saw the ring and her face went cold. She stood up and pointed at my hand. That ring is mine. Grandma promised it to me. The whole restaurant stared at us. Our parents looked shocked. Everyone knew Grandma stopped talking to Molly after she stole money from her. But Molly kept yelling about how I was a thief and a liar. She took pictures of the ring before storming out. She screamed that she'd make me pay for taking what was hers. I should have taken that threat seriously. 2 weeks later, Caden's ex Sarah started following us everywhere. She'd show up at our coffee shop smiling and waving. She'd be at my gym talking about their old relationship. Caden blocked her number, but she kept appearing. Then my boss started getting anonymous emails about me. They said I was stealing office supplies and faking sick days. Someone claimed I was sleeping with clients. HR had to investigate everything. They didn't find anything, but everyone at work started treating me differently. My promotion went to someone else. My boss stopped trusting me. The whole time Molly acted like the perfect sister. She'd come over with wine and let me cry on her shoulder. She'd tell me how awful it was that someone would do this to me. I didn't notice her recording our conversations or taking pictures of my personal stuff. Caden and I started fighting all the time. He was tired of Sarah stalking us. I was paranoid about losing my job. We had to postpone our wedding twice. The stress was destroying us. Then Molly asked Caden to meet for coffee. She said she wanted to help save our relationship. Instead, she showed him edited recordings of me. In the recordings, I was saying I felt trapped and wasn't sure about marriage. She had fake text messages where I admitted to cheating with someone at work. She told Caden she was only showing him because she loved me too much to let me live a lie. Caden came home that night and put the ring on the counter. He said Molly showed him everything. He packed his stuff and left within an hour. I called Molly crying and she answered immediately. I could hear her smiling through the phone. She said she was sorry, but some relationships just weren't meant to be. That's when I knew she'd planned everything. Sarah showing up everywhere. The emails to my boss, the edited recordings, but I couldn't prove anything. She posted on Facebook that night about supporting her heartbroken sister. My friend Delaney was a private investigator. I told her everything and she started digging. She found out Molly hired Sarah through some sketchy website. She paid her $5,000 to break up my relationship. The work emails came from fake accounts near Molly's apartment, but the scary part was Molly's internet searches. She'd looked up how to cause miscarriages and make accidents look natural. All of this was right after I got engaged. Delaney wanted me to call the police, but we didn't have enough proof. Everything could be explained away. I started recording everything and installed cameras in my apartment. Molly had copied my spare key and would let herself in. I'd find things moved around and food missing from my fridge. She was counting my birth control pills. Then she sent me a text at 2 a.m. with an ultrasound picture. She said she was pregnant with Caden's baby. The dates made it impossible, but the ultrasound looked real. She told everyone Caden got her pregnant right after leaving me. She started wearing baggy clothes and talking about morning sickness. She set up a baby registry and wore my grandmother's ring to every family event. She said Caden proposed and they were together now. No one asked why Caden was never around. 3 months into her pregnancy, I followed her to a medical building downtown. Watched her walk into a fertility clinic. Delaney's contact inside confirmed what I'd suspected. Molly wasn't pregnant. She was trying to be, desperately. Multiple IUI attempts using donor sperm, all failing. She was running out of time before her fake pregnancy became obviously fake. That's when I realized her final plan. If she couldn't get pregnant herself, she'd need a baby from somewhere. And there was one person she'd been watching, documenting, studying for months. Someone whose home she could enter freely, whose schedule she knew perfectly, whose hospital records she'd photographed during those supportive sister visits. I was ovulating next week. Molly knew. She'd counted my pills, tracked my cycle. She'd been documenting my unstable behavior for months, recording my breakdowns, taking photos of my messy apartment, building a case. She was going to wait for me to get pregnant and then prove I was an unfit mother. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Your sister just filed paperwork for emergency custody rights. Thought you should know. Court clerk contact. I looked up to see Molly's car pulling into my apartment complex. She had her spare key in one hand, a folder of documents in the other, and 9 months to convince everyone I couldn't care for a baby she'd already announced to the world. Full story on channel. Link below.